This is our policy presentation over Head Start.
What is Head Start? The Head Start program started in 1965. It began as an 8-week demonstration project designed to help break cycles of poverty. This program first came to thought in 1964 when Lyndon B. Johnson, the United States president at the time, declared war on poverty in his State Union address. This led to people with like Sergeant Server finding people to help make child development programs for disadvantaged preschool children, which led to the start of Head Start program in 1965. The Head Start program is a program that supports children from birth to age 5, as well as pregnant women and expectant families. People who are eligible for Head Start have to be under the federal low income guidelines. Head Start has services that help children in low income families with early learning and development, health, and family well being. Head Start is implemented through a federal to local funding model. The government funds Head Start programs through the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Administration for Children and Families. One of the main goals of this program is to help with school readiness for low income children by helping with their early development.
If you want to learn more about the history of Head Start, you can click this video.
Some of the advantages of Head Start is that encourages early learning and prepares children for academic success, and it also includes screenings like nutrition and medical care. Some of the disadvantages of Head Start program include inconsistent long-term impact and variation in the program quality across locations.
The primary mission of social workers is to enhance human well-being and help meet the basic human needs of all people, especially those who are vulnerable or live in poverty. There are 6 main core values and ethical principles of social work. The first one is service, and social workers' primary goal is to help people in need and to address social problems. The second one is social justice, which social workers challenge social injustice. The third one is dignity and worth of the person, where they inherit dignity. The fourth one is importance of human relationships. The fifth one is integrity, and social workers must behave in a trustworthy manner. And the sixth one is competence, and social workers practice within their area and develop and enhance their professional expertise. Head Start's relation to the core ethical principles. The relation to service is the ethical principle of services demonstrated by the social policy known as Head Start because it provides a free foundational and educational support system for low-income families. In addition, Head Start brings attention to the social issue of poor educational development amongst young children who are living in poverty. Relation to social justice. The ethical principle of social justice is demonstrated by the social policy known as Head Start because it provides impoverished families and pregnant women the materials, resources, and support they need in order to make sure their children have the opportunity to thrive in school from a very young age. In other words, Head Start provides low-income families with a high level of financial and emotional support so that these families do not have to worry about any other outside stressors because helping their children succeed in school. Besides.
Okay, so dignity and worth of the person. So the social policy known as Head Start solely focuses on the life, dignity, and worth of those they help. More specifically, they do this by aiding all different kinds of families who are struggling financially, no matter what cultural, ethnicity, or religious background they are part of. In addition, the social policy chooses to set aside the stigma that poverty brings amongst our society by treating everyone with respect and not looking down upon others who are less fortunate than us. And in terms of importance of human relationships, the social policy known as Head Start focuses on restoring and building the relationships between the families that are living in poverty and those who are responsible for administrating education. In other words, their goal is to regain the trust of low-income families when it comes to providing these children with a well-rounded and equal education. Additionally, Head Start is also aiming to build relationships amongst the young children themselves For instance, they want the children to create a sense of community with their peers starting at a very young age because it helps them develop a sense of confidence and belonging.
In order of integrity, the ethical principle of integrity is demonstrated in the social policy known as Head Start because it provides free educational tools, health resources, and family support to low-income families without the intent of wanting something in return. For example, this social policy was created to provide an unconditional love and support to individuals living in poverty by creating a more stable and educational environment to young children, even when no one is looking. For competence, the social policy known as Head Start not only makes sure that the children they are aiding are understanding the material that is being taught, but this policy also wants to make sure that educators themselves are competent in terms of being well prepared in their course material, staying organized, being patient, and practicing kindness. Some important questions are, if you could update or reform one aspect of the Head Start policy, what would it be and why? And then the second question is, how effective do you think Head Start has been in achieving its goal in breaking the cycle of poverty through early childhood education? And these are our resources.
Thank you for listening.